About half of the sites, and again, we have about 60 that have responded. About half of the sites consider themselves to be for-profit, the other half non-profit. And half of the for-profit sites reported being profitable in 2009, which is a good finding. The vast majority, of course, are small. We asked them what their revenue was last year, and the vast majority reported less than 50,000. Many of these were community, micro, and niche sites. When we look at the top tier, the new traditionals, these are the sites that are much larger, have much more revenue. However, the biggest sites, the new traditionals, relied mostly on grants. So there is a sustainability issue there. There's a large reliance from the new traditionals on donations as well, so that may be the part of the revenue model that can be sustainable. Although, as Michele said earlier, the next fellow can talk about sustainability, so never mind. Bad joke. The most popular revenue source, though, across the board, we broke it down by different types of sites. We also looked at it across the board. And the most popular was display advertising, particularly for the community sites and for the niche sites. And a lot of the micro-local sites had a lot of display advertising as well, particularly local, very localized advertising. Some sold advertising for very cheap, but they had a lot of ads, particularly from very, very small companies in the community. And that's especially with regard to those micro-local or hyper-local sites. Finally, we asked them, as I mentioned a couple times earlier, we asked them just very broad, open-ended questions. What are the challenges? And as could be expected, the biggest had to do with sustainability. In fact, most said resources. And of course, they use that in a lot of different ways. Money, a lot of people said people. It's very hard to get content. It's very hard to get good content. How do I manage people? How do I manage content? Those were some of the concerns. One said that with regard to funding, they're wanting to figure out ways to pay journalists, quote, what they're worth, which is a big problem with quite a lot of the sites, is that even if they're paying, even the site operators see it as not very much.